faster in comparison to Drow. You don't need too much going your way. You just really want BKB early on, you rush refresh, and you're good to go. And T1 just secured themselves here with some team fight. Tidehunter comes out. Not the greatest lane.
I mean, Cuckoo now with that level 1 Kraken shell, he's just more than happy to stick around in this top lane by himself. Meanwhile, bottom lane, Massaros being chased down again. This time they might have him. They've got plenty of damage here on Gabby. Massa, he'll try to press the attack and run, and he might just make it as Tigger. He'll go for the tether out as well, and he's going to make it out. And while that was happening, mid lane, Carl.
We'll see if they greed it out, but might want to punish Boomboy here.
They will. Arrow will be there to set up from Zephyr. Boomboy still a bit tanky on this Bane. Might be able to try and make his way out, but now with Carl around, there's just no chance in Carl. And they just want the power runes instead. Archer's got to be very careful here. It's a scary scenario to try and get that power rune. Disruption is already there. Garcha, he'll make the jump in, trying to go after Whitemon. In the meantime, they've got the Bane trapped up, and Garcha, he is falling very low now. He'll just use that rest of the mana to try and get away, but the Sonic Wave's out. Carl has got the damage, drops the voice line, and even gets a power rune up at top. And it'll be a DD on top of that. Gabby, almost picking off Massaros in the meantime. And T1, they are really starting to find their footing here as Massaros is going to get too close. Oh, no. That deserved a tip, John. I'm going to say it, that deserved a tip.
Yeah, it's rough. And now they're invading that jungle. Look at Whitemon and Zephyr here, Mike.
They are. Arrow landing perfectly. Toy, he's not going to be able to survive. And Carl just keeps asking the same question. Is Gabby. He'll give the tip over to Zephyr. They've got the Fiend's grip, so if they can catch the Quap with that, they'll have plenty of time to take her down. Carl, still hanging around this mid lane, is going to back off. Vortex is there, though. Garcha into the Fiend's grip. They've got him. And that should be enough, though. Ravage is out. Cuckoo, he barely makes it, but not quite in time.
Tougher to pull off, but they still have the disruption arrow if you're not careful.
They do. Garcha, zip in again, looking for Whitemon, but he zipped right into Gabby, who's happy to go to war. Though Gabby has fallen quite low. Massaros, he'll move in with the jewel out. Can he get the damage, though? It's looking tough for him. He's going to get it. He'll get the win just before he runs his way out. It's Carl. Not going to finish off Toy on the drought. Ground. He'll get vision down, though. Garcha is going to be spotted as Cuckoo has the blink up, but they'll go for the disruption instead. It's the arrow set up, and now the Ravage, just in case. They at least found Tigger. So he will be able to tether out. Maybe. He's got Fiend's grip. I think he's setting up for Gabby. And he's got the vision, he's got Fiend's grip, and he's got his whole team making his way over. So Boomboy may actually be able to make this work out as they zip right in. And yeah, he says it. It is kind of perfect, John. They don't have the Ravage to be able to fight back either. Disruption, though, is out from Whitemon. They've locked somebody down. It is going to be the Storm, but Garcha is going to have the Purge there from Massa to be able to zip his way back to Boomboy, and he'll be fine. Still T1 seem like they want to keep this fight going, but which way do they go? Whitemon. Like Massa. Gonna drop bot lane by himself to Carl. And the fight continues up towards the north. Whitemon. Gonna get caught here by Garcha Boy. Does end up falling. A T1, bit of a defensive stance themselves, but never mind. They'll go into the Moonlight Shadow. Ravage is back up. Oh, and Toy's going to show himself. This could be really bad for Motivators. They're going to run right into them, and the Ravage is out, connecting on all three. As Cuckoo just sets up perfectly. It's just perfect.
I won't be denied victory.
Anything like that, and it just gives T1 the incentive to keep clumping up and fighting.
Oh, Jewel out and Fiend's grip. Both of them being committed, but they have not really chained these well at all, so Carl's just going to blink out of it. Still having a look around. Garcha does get the Vortex off. Carl, though, is still on the run. Now with a Sonic Wave out, he's connected on 3 targets. Oh, Motivate, what have you done? Just a real mess here from Motivate Trust. As Toy is still trying to get out, but they just chain nothing. Toy still running. Gets slowed up. They've got the banishment there from Whitemon. That'll be another for the books of T1. Because at least you get Whitemon down, but that's about all you get here for Motivate Trust. I mean, what was that, John? Jewel and Fiend's grip at the same time?
Yeah, that's a not the way to go for Motivate Trust. Maybe just feeling the pressure a bit.
Gacha. This could be really bad. Whitemon gonna set up, and there's gonna be an arrow to follow up. Gacha, he's gonna die to the supports as the tether and relocate is just in time. I think Gacha might have had 50 HP at that moment. So Tiga really saving the day on that IO. But it's gonna be concerning, right? Like just the support duo of Whitemon and Zephyr are able to take out your mid-storm like that. Gacha, Silence is there, Ravage is out, but the BKB was there in time this time from Gacha. He'll turn on to Carl with the duel, but Disruption is going to save as Gabby, looking for a way into this fight. Carl, he'll blink out, he will survive another day, as now Masteros is the one to fall. So Motivate get nothing, and they end up losing their offlane. And T1 with that information will go into that mid-tier 2 tower. Gacha, he's going to keep trying to defend, but keep in mind he has no BKB now. He's fully reliant on the IO, and Tiga, he has no way to heal him up. It's a very risky play there from Gacha Boy that's not going to pay off, as now Toy's been caught. It went from 1 dying to 3 dying.
They know Ravage is down, so they've got a bit of an angle. They've just got to stagger their spells right here, Mike.
Zephyr, he'll be the first one to get caught, and immediately they'll go into the duel, but now Masteros, he'll be disrupted as they do jump in. Cuckoo, he has no Ravage, but it won't matter because they'll find Tiga on that IO, and we'll take him out as Masteros. We'll find Whitemon on the SD. Gacha, he'll BKB TP out as Massa is going to drop. It'll be a 2-for-3 trade in the favor of T1, it seems. They might even find a 4th, and they have Toy. This is not someone you want to lose, but he is going to make it. About Gacha and Tiga. Gacha does reveal he is still around. Carl will jump in with the silence, but Tiga is there to try and help out if necessary. So Gacha will keep trying to fight, and we'll go for the zip TP play. Does Tiga? No, Tiga gets caught out. Whitemon knew the IO was somewhere. And eventually they will get it. So they fight over the kill.
Everyone wants a piece of that IO, Mike. Everyone wants a little bit of gold. Cuckoo secures it for himself. Captain Privilege is coming true.
Of course.
Inside of Motivate Trust. Gonna have to lick their wounds. They will try to zip onto Gabby, but he's got that Lincolns. You can't lock him in like that.
No, you can't. And he's also got a BKB, but they do catch him out with the duel, and that might be the first life to drop here for Gabby. A nice start. Problem is, Carl is here with a big Sonic Wave. He's already blown up Gacha. Toy is probably not safe either, as they have caught him in that tree line. Boomboy does get himself out, but what a mess for Motivate.
For the smoke play, so if they want to force the fight outside the high ground, they might find some good pickoffs here if they're fast enough.
They may. Boomboy gonna see Zephyr. They'll go right into the Fiend's Grip, but you've got Cuckoo making his way over. Gacha is going to be able to get 1 kill and back off, but now a Sonic Wave does find Tiga on the IO, and they even found the Storm, though he does TP out in time. So 1 for 1 on the support. It's only 25 seconds of the respawn board anyway. They could always just wait out Zephyr's life. So Carl, I can't say the same for him. Lincoln's is broken. They silence him up to boot. He does not have a BKB available. Carl, though, is going to be able to barely blink away as Gacha is still having a look around, and now without mana, he can't get out. Oh, boy. BKB, though, Carl, he came back in. He is going to die in that quap. So maybe the voice line's a bit too early, but Gacha is still going to drop. Tiga, he will be the second to fall. And Carl, a slight mistake there, moving his way back in too early, but it won't matter. They still find a 2 for 1.
Ravage to be back up, to be comfy in sieging once more. They will have the refresh up when it's off cooldown, though. At around that point, Cuckoo should have the gold, so gonna be big in Masa.
Brought out. Arrow will be there, of course, and well, that's gonna be Masteros gone. No creep skipping for him. And now Gabby, well, he's got that refresh. There you go, Carl. Gonna blink in right away onto the Bane. Is the press the attack gonna save? But Gabby, one arrow actually landed from Zephyr. So that'll be Boomboy gone. He does have buyback to get back into this team fight. T1 though, they'll go after the top racks. Vortex is there. In fact, Ag's Vortex is out from Gacha, so he does get Zephyr down. Not a bad start here for Motivate Trust, at least finding one pickoff. Now Toy moving in, but he's all by himself at the moment. It could be very dangerous. The refresh is there. Gabby just doing so much damage, and now the Ravage is out. But a great relocate. Tigger completely making it so they avoid that first Ravage. However, Gacha Boy, he's going to drop, and now with the duel out, they're trying to deal with Cuckoo, but he's got another Ravage to throw now, and he may just, as Gacha, he'll get his BKB off in time, and they'll fight back against Cuckoo, but Carl, he'll take down Masteros to boot. Still, it does seem like Motivate has successfully defended.
They gave techies, like, remember that old Broodmother, was it Shard? Where she had, like, tripwires? What if techies had tripwires around? You know, like booby traps, like, just... You walk in and then that sets off the bomb. Wouldn't that be great?
Is they are going to move into that top racks. Be one eye of the storm. He won't refresh yet. Doesn't even seem like he needs it. Just plenty of damage here. The Garchant going to go for a nice Vortex. Plenty of damage with the Ravage. Is there Toy. He got caught out. A double Ravage impact and they've blown him up. The Drow has no buyback. How do you have no buyback? No buyback. 200 gold short. Gacha, he's going to try and get it done himself with the double Vortex out. They've almost got Gabby down, but no, the disruption. It's going to save, at least for now, as Masteros going to jump into the backside. He has caught out one, but it doesn't seem like he can even get Zephyr. Beans grip in the meantime onto Carl, but this game is well and truly over. The GG's has been called for Motivate Trust, and T1, 49.5 minutes in, will eventually be able to take game number 1.
Yeah, they play spectacularly well, as we've seen T1 bouncing back after their defeat at Lilgun. I think that was the moment when, you know, March brought out the whip. They've been in good form the past few days. Motivate Trust. We mentioned it coming into the series, Mike, but they've lost 2 players. You know, they've been playing with